Well, greetings from Hood River, Oregon. I am sitting here in this absolutely beautiful place beside this lovely fountain here uh, in the middle of these beautiful trees. And what you can't see is that on either side of me, to one side of me, I have Mount Hood, and to the other side, I have Mount Adams. It's an absolutely glorious place. And Tom and I are here for the next couple of days. And we came down by train yesterday. And while we were driving or coming down, it's a wonderful way to relax on the way down. I was reading some of Parker Palmer, and particularly a Substack that he put up a couple of days ago. And it was called Contemplative by Catastrophe. I mean, the very title of it, as you can imagine, caught my attention. And in it, he talked about his struggle to adapt traditional contemplative practices to his life without success. And as I have often struggled with the same thing, I thought, wow, this is definitely an article for me. And the paragraph that he gave that really resonated with me was when he said, it struck me that being a contemplative does not depend on adopting a particular technique. All such practices have the same aim: to help us see through the deceptions of self and world and listen. And listen for what Howard Thurman called the sound of the genuine within and around us. So, and this is the punchline, contemplation can be defined in terms of its function rather than its technique. Contemplation, as I understand it, in other words, as Parker Palmer understands it, is any way one has of penetrating illusion and touching reality. Wow. I think that's an incredible statement, that contemplation is any way one has of penetrating illusion and touching reality. And so on the way down, and also early this morning, I was thinking about what in my life has helped me, what practices or experiences have helped me to penetrate illusion and touch reality. And I thought the first thing that came to my mind was the time that I spent working in the refugee camps back in the mid 80s. And afterwards, I spent a lot of time reflecting on what I had seen as what faith was all about, which was really a personal message of salvation for me, and recognizing that faith was very different than I had anticipated. And it was really something about being concerned more for other people than I was for myself. So that was my first real contemplative practice that, as I look back, I hadn't really recognized as a contemplative practice. The second one was when, after I left Mercy Ships in 1992, I started to study the whole concept of shalom. And basically, the concept of shalom is about God's desire to see all things made whole again, all things completed, all things, including all of creation, not just humankind, flourishing again. And that was my second moment of a time of contemplation, which actually went on for years, where I would contemplate the meaning of this world, particularly in reference to my own profession as a medical doctor, and recognizing that God's intention for healing was not just something confined to medicine, but it was this great desire to see everything made whole, everything healed, and everything made complete. And then in more recent years, I would say that the focus of contemplation for me has been the garden, and not just my own personal garden, but God's wild garden all around us as well. And not just as a place of beauty, but as a place through which God is revealed in every possible way. The Celts, and I know I've shared this numerous times before, say that God that the creation shimmers with the presence of God. And this is something that I realize more and more, that the amazing presence of God really does shimmer through every aspect of creation. And it is revealed through a walk in the garden, or it is revealed through focusing on a single flower and contemplating its shape, contemplating its scent, contemplating the incredible details of what it is all about. And that has become a very contemplative kind of practice for me, through which I am really breaking down again this illusion that creation is something that is here for us to use as a resource and not care if we destroy it or if we damage it in any way, but seeing it as something that is essential to the revelation of God. So, my question for you today is, what is it that is making it possible for you to break through the illusions that surround you and to reveal the reality underneath? Maybe it's something about God's creation. Maybe it's something about the injustices that you see in the world around you. And just to recognize that these kind of practices, these kinds of experiences that help us to do this really are part of what it means to be contemplatives, because we're reflecting on God's world, we're reflecting on God's ways, we're reflecting on what it is that God intends us to see in the world. So I hope that you'll take some time today, maybe in the coming week, to reflect on some of what I've said this morning. And please don't hesitate to respond and to let me know what it is that you have recognized as a contemplative experience or contemplative practice, and what it is that you feel God has revealed to you through that.